Oftentimes, the best way to respond to a trap question is to simply acknowledge that it's impossible to answer. Hi, I'm Russ Rhea with the Predictive Media Network here, getting ready to head home from New York City after attending a podcast conference. And while I was here, I came across a terrific example of an interesting strategy on how to transition or bridge away from on-the-spot, no-win questions. And what I really found interesting about this example is it was done by a reporter who is normally in the position of asking questions and sometimes demanding direct answers to poignant questions, on-the-spot questions. Well, check out this clip from an interview with Wesley Morris, a New York Times critic, being interviewed on CBS This Morning about the controversial Michael Jackson documentary.
What are people who love Michael Jackson and the music, what are they supposed to do with this information?
I mean, that's the question you always ask in these situations. What do you do with the work the person has made, and how do you separate that from the horrible thing the person has done? I mean, I'm not going to sidestep that question. I think it's impossible to answer, for one thing. In the case of Michael Jackson, I mean, what do? I'm going to get on the subway later. There's going to be somebody playing a guitar, and it's going to be Billie Jean.
Yeah.
This person doesn't know about this documentary and doesn't want to know. So I feel like that question, the real question to ask is, how do we prevent things like this from happening again?
Well, when Morris said he wasn't going to sidestep the question, he actually did, but he did add some interesting information. That is the key to bridging. When you can't or don't want to answer the question, always add something that might be useful to that reporter or interesting to whatever audience you're facing. One of my favorite ways to acknowledge the question and basically say, I'm not or I can't answer that, is to say, you know, it's really not that simple, and then adding something. Thanks for watching.